Build. What came into your mind? What is Women Who Build for you?
The power of your voice.
Yes. Okay.
Right? Being in those rooms, we talk about access. When the door is open for you and you have a seat at the table,
Yes.
how do you ensure that whatever has been discussed and resolved as solutions, that it's actually an enabler?
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
That talks to that building element as well. Right?
Yeah. Welcome to yet another episode of Women Who Build. I've been sitting with different women from all different walks of lives, those that have made impact in institutions, in the community, and the business world. So today's guest, I'm very, very honored, is Patricia Stock. Welcome to BBH.
Thank you so much, Mollen. It's an honor for me to be here.
Thank you.
And lovely to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you taking time to come through for us to have this conversation.
Grateful to be here.
Thank you. So to those who don't know Patricia, she's a well-known person. So I'm just going to read your bio just for the sake of those that doesn't know you. Patricia Stock is a chartered accountant by profession. She is the Chief Executive Officer of SAICA, which is the South Africa Institute of Chartered Accountants. Having become the first, which is great. And in this Women's Month, we need to emphasize the greatness of what women are doing. She is the first female CEO of SAICA, and she became a CEO in December 2023. As a CA, and she has been a director. She holds a master's degree in international accounting and is an EFFAS certified ESG analyst. And before joining SAICA, Patricia, she co-founded and led MGI RAS. It's an accounting firm as well, and previously held senior leadership positions, roles in big auditing firms like BDO South Africa and the Auditor General of South Africa. She has built a lot of extensive experience in audit, governance, transformation, leadership development, ESG, and public sector advisory. Patricia is widely recognized for a passion for developing people, advancing ethical leadership, and driving transformation within the accounting profession. Before I actually go to her philosophy, Patricia is also a board member of IFAC, which is International Federation of Accountants. And one thing that is relating to the month that we are in, that you are also involved in PAFA. Yes. And you are, and to those that doesn't know what PAFA is, and in there you are a board member in the Forum for Advancing Women Accountants. Wow. Wow. Patricia, I'm so happy to have you here, but you know, I got so interested when I was reading your bio as well. Your personal philosophy, you are actually living it. You say, grow as I grow. Yeah. And I think that's the message that you're actually saying to the women that are listening to this conversation. Yeah. Grow as I grow. Yeah. Wow. What an interesting. And this philosophy actually reflects how you are committed to empowering individuals and organizations to achieve sustainable success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mollen.
Thank you. So thank you everyone. And as I have just introduced you, my first question to you, I know we've read the bio. Who is Patricia?
Who is Patricia? First of all, Patricia, Well, I'm a child of God, and that I carry with great humility.
Wow.
Because that speaks to identity,
Yes.
right? Because a lot of times you're asked, how do you do it?
Yes.
And I think understanding who your maker is,
Yeah.
you understand how you can do it, right?
Yeah.
Along this journey. I'm a Christian. I'm a wife,
Yeah.
right? I'm married to an accountant, chartered accountant as well.
Okay. It's a house of accountants.
House of accountants. And I'm blessed with 4 children as well. As a mother, and I'm a sister. I've got 3 sisters, and I've got amazing friends as well, which I value and I cherish. And some of them are from varsity, some of them from school. So yes, holistically, it's important to bring those elements as well. And of course, I love governance. I'm passionate about good governance.
Yes.
And of course, people development. I'm also a certified leadership, transformational coach as well. Yeah. So really holistically for me, it's really going back to my life's motto of grow as I grow. My life's purpose is very clear.
Yeah.
In terms of, my purpose is to grow. So that I as well can enable others to grow, so that they in turn can enable people that they're entrusted with and organizations that they're entrusted with to grow.
Wow.
So adopting that growth mindset, it's important, especially as leaders.
So that's the philosophy that you run with, and
yes,
thing that is in your core of your existence.
Absolutely.
So in this growth and how you handle or you take yourself from the next part, what inspired you? What inspired that philosophy? And what inspired that journey that you took in your life?
Yeah. It was a journey of self-discovery as well. I think the greatest investment you can make as a person is to really discover who you are.
Yeah.
Right? Because as we grow, you get exposed to various things. They can shape who you are. They can influence the direction that you're taking. But the intentionality to understand who you are and what is it that you were created to do and to bring into this world is so important as well. So I had to go through that journey of self-discovery, right? Because you're asking me what influenced that. So and in that journey of self-discovery, I realized my areas of passion, people development, and I love learning. In the area of my faculty, and learning coming from different sources. And my greatest source is really the ability to subject myself to, learn from others, and learn from other people's experiences. I'm a strong believer that as much as we say that experiences is the greatest teacher, your own experience, I believe that you profit even such a great deal, from the experience of others, as well. So through that mentorship, and what I realized that it's really my area of passion, to continuously invest in growth, but not from a self fulfillment perspective only, but also say, how do I take these things that I'm learning and I'm also finding for myself to work and help me to advance in my career, that I can take the same and also enable others as well. So that has been how I've approached life as well, and up to this point. And I still believe that leaders are learners, and I'm one learner. I'm a learner. I'm a learner. I believe that we should carry an attitude of learn it all instead of know it all.
Wow, that's interesting. Learn it all.
A learn it all attitude. And that also, it's embracing that growth mindset as well.
So everything is intertwined, and we can see why you say grow as I grow. Because you're saying, and what you're saying right now is you can only grow to the extent that you're willing to learn.
That's true.
Because learning, not know it all, but you need to be able to cultivate a mindset of growth.
That's right. And that learning as well, sometimes we also lose sight of learning opportunities, right? With those experiences where you're like, but why am I going through this? This is so painful. Right? But understanding that there's a great lesson in it. And I've also discovered as well that when I reflect, I'm one person, I like to reflect and look back, but with the intention of what are the lessons of what I went through, right? And what I've discovered as a pattern is that most of the experiences that I went through were actually preparing me for the next.
Wow.
Right?
Stage of life.
The next stage of life.
Yeah.
You think now it's so painful, but hey, when you get to the next level, you deal with it even at a much, a greater scope as well. So, and hence I always look for opportunities that even if it's a moment where you feel hacked, you feel like, but these are negative experiences that you wish away, but you realize that it's so necessary for your growth, along the journey. Yeah.
I think that is a positive attitude that you develop in yourself, because sometimes when you go through challenges, it's difficult to see the positivity and you're like, why me?
Yeah.
Why am I going through this?
And why not you, right? If it's not you, then who?
But you are saying from it, once you have the growth mindset, you know that out of it, a lesson is coming that is relevant and is going to prepare you for the next stage.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Interesting. I know ladies and women, sometimes we don't want challenges. No one would do no one likes challenges. But what I'm getting from you is for each and every phase or challenge, there's a lesson that is preparing you for the greater thing. Wow, no, that's interesting. I hope our listeners, you're picking up the lessons that we can actually implement in our lives, and it changes our perspective of how we view things that happens in our life.
So true.
When we spoke about your bio, Patricia, you have gone through stages as an entrepreneur, as you worked in big corporates, and now you are the regulator. You are sitting at the helm of a big institution that people are looking up to in our profession. What experience shaped all of that to be able to even have, when you receive a call to say come and sit as a CEO, or the guts of saying I'm gonna be the CEO? What experience have shaped the woman you became?
Yeah. And I like that you're bringing different facets together, because it's all those combined that have shaped me, right?
Yeah.
I always say that do not despise the days of your beginnings, whether small or how big or whatever, however the case could be. So it's really a combination of things, Mollen. And I don't count it from when I started to work, right? It starts from when I was a child.
Wow.
Right? I remember when we were in high school, we were so blessed to be part of the program. At the time, I went to Tsakotabo High School in Mamelodi.
Okay.
And they had this program with the St. Albans, Mets program, that would take us with a bus, and we leave Mamelodi with the bus, go to Lane at the time. Well, it's still there, even today. So just, I remember the first encounter, right, of leaving the township and go to the suburbs, right?
Yeah.
And just that exposure of there is more.
Okay, wow.
Right? You coming from town, you're like,
wow.
There is more, So that for me really shifted my outlook of life.
Wow.
Yes, of course you can see things on TV, but just seeing it in reality, seeing people that look like you in those spaces, you realize that I too can get here.
Wow. Wow.
And that was the first shift that I got, right, from that very young age, and I then got to dream more beyond my circumstances at the time then. Where poverty was so real, right? You come back from school during school break, you run home, you go eat, you find it. I remember my grandma will put stuff together so that you eat something, right? It could be pap and water and sugar. And you eat, you go back to school, you sorted, no one would even know what you ate. But coming from there, knowing that I believe that there is something greater for me that I can achieve, right?
Yeah.
It started with a dream.
Wow.
Right? The dream of wanting better, not just for myself, but for my family, and believing that even the generations that will come after me, that they can have better.
Wow.
Right? And how do we as a collective change our lived realities of where we're coming from?
Yeah.
So it started there. Right? And of course, I'm a product of a community that that has contributed in different stages of my life, starting with the teachers, right? My English and accounting teachers were so instrumental to my journey in terms of guidance and access, right? We always talk about access now. Access is something we need to solve for at a very early stage, right? I got that access and ability to gain clarity of what are the opportunities out there, you know. For me to be able to lead a professional body that I had a dream of being part of the very young age, when I got to know that, you know, what do chartered accountants do? That doctors of, I'd said it's a doctor for business. I want to become one. You know, that clarity came early because someone chose to invest in giving that level of clarity at the teacher level. And entering into the workplace, again, remember I said about, you know, opening myself up to learning. But then also, you know, there are people who extend their hand to help us grow along our journey. But it's a question of, are we postured enough to receive, right? Because that reception comes with also attitude. That's how I always say the learning it all attitude is so important. Because if you have a know-it-all attitude, then you close yourself up to opportunities to learn, right? And if you've got a learn-it-all attitude, even if it's brutal feedback, you're able to take that, right, from a positive perspective. So I had a great community along my journey, you know, mentors, and not just only females, right? We talk about women empowerment. I always say men are so instrumental, you know, to empowering more women. And I'm glad that I'm a product of, you know, having come across great men, you know, along my journey who said, look, you'll be a mentor. I remember Auditor General of South Africa at the time, they had such a great program, you know, of leadership development, identifying talent early and giving exposure, and even that support through mentorship. So I was a beneficiary of that, you know. So, and also women who would take time to then say, I'm going to mentor, I'm going to support you. I mean, I remember even with the firm, you know, I would ask, how do you do this? You know, you know, but then also the ability to also being aware of when you need to reach out, you know, has been so important, you know, for me as well in this journey. So the how, I mean, even now to be able to fulfill the role of a representative of professional accountancy body that is a part of a global community. I mean, SICA members, 20% of chartered accountants are outside of the country, in different parts of the world, but being part of IFEC that you mentioned and PAFA and other global organizations that I serve on the boards like GA, CAW, it requires you to bring that holistic understanding of what is happening in the ecosystem, right? So the accumulation of different exposures in the public sector, in, you know, in the you know, assurance space with BDO and even the firm that we co-founded, MGI, and then also being an entrepreneur and understanding what are the challenges of SMPs, you know, all of that, you know, cumulatively and integrated, they are key enablers as well. And it speaks to an ability to be adaptable. And also identifying where are you in your season of your career journey. It's also very important, Mollen, that don't overstay your season. Do not. You need to know that I think I've gotten my list. I need to move, you know, to the next thing, you know. And sometimes, I mean, I remember along my journey, you're like, but does it even make sense? I remember when I left video to start my own firm, I knew, I mean, my passion for people development was like, I need to do something along this space, right? And also be part of those who solve for issue of access, right? We talk about access, especially from people that are still coming from underprivileged backgrounds. How do we solve for that, you know, in a much more scale? Because it's happening in our profession, but we all need to be part of that. So I remember when I left and you're like, where do you start? Because you need the capital. But when it says skin in the game, I had to put the skin in the game, you know, as well in starting. But if the dream is so compelling, right? And it's deep and it's beyond you, right? When you realize, and that's really the life of purpose, understanding what is the problem that I should be solving for as well, right? I believe that's, if one was to say, what is purpose, really, what is purpose? It's understanding the problems that you need to solve for and solving for them. Being part of those who solve for them, you know. So at the time I knew my problem to solve was really the one of development, right? And fast track, I'm in a role where it's really about human capital development in accountancy ecosystem so that we can make an impact in the economy and our society, right? So really that just understanding that sometimes it will come with sacrifice if you believe in the dream as well. But if it's not about you, you're able to then say, look, my season has come. I need to move to the next. But at least what we've built, we can entrust with, to others so that they can grow and take it further as well. Yeah.
From your journey and what you are saying, I'm seeing hunger at every stage of more. And I like it when you say it started when we were young. And when you went, you're like, Auntie, there's more in this life. There's more. So I think that stuck with you.
Yeah.
So, whatever stage of life that there is more somewhere.
Yeah.
And so that more is waiting for you to grab it.
Yes.
That comes the attitude of learning.
Yeah.
Say, I need to. Wow, interesting. And powerful and interesting. I think to the young people, someone who is watching here, maybe they are saying my background didn't allow me this and that. There is more.
Yeah.
Patricia is saying there is more.
Absolutely. And the only limit you set is the one that you set for yourself.
Wow.
Yeah. So we can't look at structures and say our circumstances, my family background, No, those are self-limitations you're setting. If you look around, Mollen, I'm the one, I believe the abundance mindset as well, growth mindset and abundance mindset. If you look around, you will find opportunities.
Yeah.
The capital that we always say, the biggest challenge is capital.
Yes.
It's there, somewhere. Yeah.
When you talk about abundance mindset, my blood just flows, because even the Bible says that everything is possible.
Anything is possible. That's true. That's true. For those who believe, right?
Yes, for those,
And where does the belief start, right? Mindset.
Yeah.
As a man thinketh in his heart, it's interesting that, the proverb puts it like that. You think in your heart.
Yes.
Because the two must be connected, right?
Yeah.
The mind is an activator, right? And the heart connects.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And the two, when they're aligned, I'm telling you, the hand can do the work. So that's a 3H model. When the 3 H's are connected, anything is possible.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah, anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Thank you for sharing your experience so passionately. And we have picked a lot of gems out of that experience. And I'm sure every woman who is at any stage, the abundance mindset, the knowledge and the knowing that there is more out there that is waiting for you to just say, I'm here to grab it.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. So when we invited you, I know you're a busy woman. And I was like, I don't know, but because you are busy. And when you saw the invitation to say that was saying women who build, what came into your mind? What is women who build for you?
Well, thank you so much, Mollen. Firstly, coming back to your point of busyness, I believe that, as leaders, leadership is really about serving. Right?
Okay.
And I had a great conversation with Brent Pretorius. He did amazing work with Toyota. And one of the things that stuck with me, it's really that reminder that don't forget that leadership is about serving.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And even in my role, there's just that constant reminder that as much as we're busy, but be intentional to pause and make time and serve.
Wow.
Be there for others, right? It's very important as well. So what came to mind to build, the build stood out.
Yeah, okay.
The build stood out. And you elevated being the first woman CEO. And I say, that comes with its own burden. But for me, it's a good burden.
Yes.
I cannot be too comfortable with this first.
Yes.
But who's next?
Okay.
It cannot stop with me.
Wow.
And that's really about building. Building, it's about, if I am the rock, we talk about, this year's a beautiful year because we celebrate 70 years, right? Of the likes of Lillian Goyi and the other women who went, took to the streets and said, we're going to stand for our rights, right? As women, right? And that's saying that you strike a woman, you strike a rock.
Yeah.
But if you look at the ancient days, what the rock was used for, to build.
Yeah.
it's amazing when you travel. You know, I'm so blessed to travel to different countries. But what stands out, especially in the European countries, is the structures that they have.
Yeah.
If you look, the kind of rocks that
Wow.
they've used
Yeah.
to build, very, very strong, right? But let's not even look far. This building here, we know it's built from rocks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But these rocks are so connected.
Yes.
There is alignment. There was a clear plan around it, an intentionality to say, what is this vision that we have that we want to see come out of this building work that we are doing, right? So the women who build, firstly, it starts with the clarity of the shared vision. What is this aspiration that we have?
Yeah.
Is it shared? Do we all want the same? Me and you sitting here.
Yes.
When we talk about women empowerment, is it the same? Do we understand it the same way?
Yeah.
And what does it mean for us to get there? Right? The women who took to the streets, right? 70 years ago, they had clarity of what is it that they want to achieve. On that day. And that's why even to this day we're celebrating them, right? And I picked Lillian Goy because she's such a great example that she was, in fact, learning her history is so amazing, right? Because it resonates with me. Because she was the first woman to be on the executive committee of ANC at the time, right? 70 years ago, you can imagine what were the circumstances then. But she had this level of discomfort of saying, I cannot be the only one. Right? How do we make sure that women empowerment is real in our country, right? So building as well, it's really that recognition of the fact that to whom much is given. Much is required, right? It's expected of you. And how do you meet that? And I believe that it's a reasonable expectation, right? Because you've given power, you've got access, you've got access to resources, right? Opportunities that some of the opportunities are not even for you. But the ability to recognize that, but hang on, this one is for Mollen. She's good at this. Let me channel Mollen there. Let me channel, be a connector, right? Of opportunities, right? And when I say opportunities, I identify that these are people in different areas in the ecosystem, but they all want the same thing. How do we bring them together? So that at least we can accelerate, so that, you know, we can see the impact coming through, right? Building, it's really about how do you understand your power as a leader? Because leadership is about influence. And how do you use that power of influence as well? Not for yourself, but to unlock the doors, you know, for others as well. But in also building through the power of your voice. Right? Being in those rooms, we talk about access. When the door is open for you and you have a seat at the table, how do you ensure that whatever has been discussed and resolved as solutions, that it's actually an enabler, right? That talks to that building element as well, right? And I use the analogy of the bricks that we build different things, and it's understanding that building as well, it comes in many forms, right? Wherever you find yourself, and we exist in different dimensions of life, and hence when you gave me an opportunity to introduce myself, I spoke to the more personal aspect of it, right? How do you build at home, in the home environment? You know, to what extent are you a builder? You know, and I'm not by any ways trying to present a picture of perfection, but it's just how do you seek excellence in everything that you do. And excellence is really, for me, it's about taking your skills, your gifts and talent and resources that you're given, and utilizing them the best way you should, the best way you can, right? Because I mean, in so doing, you can get the best results most of the time, right? And because it starts with the clarity of mind as well. So yeah, we are called to build, right? And build is really how do I leave you better than I found you, Mollen? If you know, if an encounter with me, how do I leave the organization that I found better than I found it, right? If we were to simplify it, things must be left better because you were there.
So you are saying when you are building, obviously, when you are talking, I'm thinking of a building, because you're saying you take that rock, that brick. It's not only for you to stay in. For the greater part, someone is gonna see that building that you built and admire it and get inspiration. That's not for you. It's bigger than you. Wow.
And it's also okay that someone sees it and say, I'm going to build something similar or better.
Yes.
It's good. That's influence.
Wow.
We want that, right?
Yes.
Because we need to scale up, right?
Wow.
It's not competition, it's collaboration.
It's collaboration.
And positive influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And impact. Because if someone say, no, I'll put mine like this, you have made an impact.
Yeah.
Someone have had to think that, but this corner can be like this.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. You have defined building in such a way that is practical. And it leaves us with questions to say, when I'm building in my journey of life, am I leaving impact?
Yeah.
Am I influencing? And am I collaborating? Am I unlocking doors for the greater cause?
Yes. And when you say you're a rock as a woman, what does it mean?
Yeah.
Are you part of those who build?
Yes.
Part of those bricks that have come together to create something greater than us. And we must also remember that some of the buildings is like seeds, right? When you plant trees, sometimes we'll not even eat the fruit in our time, right?
Yeah, but someone is going to eat the
even
fruit.
that's saying that you may not even sit under those shades of the trees that you're planting.
Yes.
But you still need to plant.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's about next generations as well. So that's really what building is about.
Wow. Interesting, Patricia there. So you have walked this journey of building and you are still building. It comes with challenges.
Yeah.
Right? What are the 2 or 3 challenges that tested you the most?
Yay. Where do we start?
The number is limited.
Wow. Yeah. So there've been quite a couple. And I must say, I think one of the significant ones will be whereby you've got this clarity of vision, right? What you want, but how do you translate that to be a shared vision?
Yeah, right. To the others,
right? So that you walk in the same pace, right?
Yes.
So and you get there, but then how do you then get to walk in the same pace? Because you want to run with this thing, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to leave anyone behind, right?
Yeah.
So that's it, because I love speed. And I always say success loves the right speed. So that ability to say, okay, but you need to slow down a bit.
We are not, everyone is not yet there.
Yeah, you don't want to run and you're the only one here. So I must say that has been there, just the ability to bring myself back to, no, I need to walk the journey with others as well. And I suppose also some of the challenges is where you realize along your journey that as much as you've got, strong capabilities, technical capabilities, the experience and what, there are things that happen, right, along the journey that actually gets to your core of your being, right? You're like, this one is painful, this one hit hard, you know. How do you say such a, I mean, in 2026, you still have instances where in South Africa you can have like a really racial comment, right? Insensitive one.
Yeah.
For that matter, and gender bias kind of, stuff that you must still have that level of composure and still show compassion to the next person. Because I always say that, under those circumstances, you must also think about, is it really true what they're saying about me? And then if not, then you're like, okay, then clearly this person needs help. How do we help them? How do we help them, Because clearly there's greater things, right? That we should also really put our mind to as well. So it's really those moments that really test you as well, and test your character. And say, how do I make sure that I process these things, but then also I don't allow it to shape me in a negative way as well, because you can develop a heavy heart along the journey, right? And people say, oh, it's lonely at the top. Because once you start to close yourself out because you believe that, no, I need to protect myself. I don't think that's a life I want. So what I've chosen for myself is that in everything that I do, I want to find joy. I want to find joy, right?
Which is the core of existing.
Exactly. So there are challenges. We will face a number of challenges, right? As a woman, as well, you can have those moments where you realize that you are in the space where there is still the cultural perspectives. I mean, serving as a chair of the Forum of the Women in Accountants in Africa, I'm exposed to the diversity of challenges that women are faced with, in the African continent as well. And you ask what are the challenges, but being able to process those things as well. Sometimes it's not easy because we're human beings, right? You have to show compassion as a leader and care as well. But how do you also make sure that there is that balance of, to what extent it doesn't affect your well-being as well, as much as you care, for others as well. So there are challenges, but we need to look at them from the lens of an opportunity.
Wow.
Because I believe that all things work together for the good. If you really look at from a perspective of what is a learning opportunity and what is an opportunity for me to help the next person, right? Can I extend a hand as much as I'm receiving punches from this person? But can I still extend a hand?
I like the fact that you say it's stemming from the fact that you mentioned when we begin this conversation to say know yourself, invest in yourself and have that growth. And when you are facing these challenges, you are saying, okay, is that true? You are reflecting upon on your values. Is this true? Or else, and that growth learning to say, if it's true, I need to fix something. If it's not, I need to extend a hand to help.
Because if this person is part of my ecosystem, no man, I can't be dealing with this all the time. How do we find a way?
Wow, that's very interesting. So I know many times when we are asked to evaluate ourselves, we are so humble about it. But when you look at Patricia's talk right now, what are you proud of?
Wow. I mean, and that's why I always start from the journey from when I was a child, right? Just following through on my dreams as well, that the resilience along the journey. Even when things seemed impossible at the time, that having that positivity mindset that I too can, and just really looking back and realizing that things that I had in my vision board. I remember when I started, I call it the vision board, but it was a letter really to God when I went to university. And just realizing that these things came to pass, you know. So I'm really, really grateful that that ability to see things through as well. But then also, I do not take it as a gain for myself only. And that's really what I pray for, to God. Even if I don't get to speak to someone and they draw inspiration, but just learning from my life that they too can, finding inspiration. You know, so I'm grateful. I'm really grateful for it's been a journey, a challenging one, but fulfilling journey. But also being able to be here and healthy and of a sound mind. It's also one thing I reflect on to say, baby, it's something to be proud of, because some things that you navigate in our career,
just collapse.
No, that's it, right? That's it. So I'm grateful. Maybe more, not even much pride, you know, proud of, but really gratitude.
Gratitude. Wow.
And I count these gains because we need to say these things. So that the women that are watching, they can be uplifted to say, look, let me keep pursuing my dreams. You know? Because these things are possible. I always say to people, if we're to sum up my journey from township to the world. Right? In the world stage now. You know, coming from the streets of Mamelodi, I grew up there. And now I can be in this global platform. It's been a journey, but it was a journey of possibilities. And I believe the same for others as well.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
So someone, I invited a Gen Z in the studio as well. They were mentioning that when you look at someone who have achieved that, you relate to, say that is a human being, they're drawing inspiration. They might not come to tell you, but people are watching and saying, wow, Mamelodi. she went into this, she's leading this, she's in boards of this, and now she's leading an institution that is highly regarded worldwide.
Yeah.
Wow. That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's
It
powerful.
starts in the mind.
In the mind.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very powerful. So as we are wrapping up, Patricia, you're building a legacy. I believe you are intentionally doing so. Something that you want to be remembered for as Patricia, let's say one day. And I know that this video, even in our lifetime, if we are no longer here, people are going still to draw inspiration from the conversation that we are doing right now. What legacy are you intentionally building?
Mollen, I'm going to disappoint you and not answer that question because I've made an intentional decision not to share that broadly.
Okay.
My secret with God. But when it happens,
yes,
those who know will know.
Wow. Yeah, this is the legacy.
Those who know will know. But really, the commitment I have, it's really the commitment to utilize my skills, talent, all my capabilities to make a difference.
Wow.
As I said, to leave whatever I find better. Remembering that as a profession that I'm so blessed and privileged to lead. That we've got such great responsibility to enable sustainable development in our country and also globally as well, right? And of course, legacy is central to all of that. Is which area does one contribute, right? Because when you talk about development, it comes in many facets as well. You know, I do know the answer, but
no.
It's better to keep some things secret.
That's very, very important. But out of that, we got the what is it? The ingredients.
Clarity of mind, clarity and intentionality as well. And you know, intentionality, everything that you do invest in, because like I said, the learn it all mindset as well. It also speaks to intentionality. When you say, I'm going to learn this, I'm going to be in this room, I'm going to serve on this board, I'm going to, if you look at the areas where I'm serving, right, you will realize that there is connectivity. Back to the core, back to the purpose as well. You know, so there is that level of intentionality, but it's in the sustainability arena.
Wow, interesting. So as we are wrapping up now, Patricia, Patricia, there's someone who is waiting for a message from you. Someone who is young, someone who is in corporate, someone who is a bit confused of knowing where to go. What message are you leaving our viewers with?
Wow.
Today?
Thank you so much, Mollen. This is someone that may be confused to seek clarity. It's important to take every step, every day of life with clarity of direction where you're going. Because in this moment, we're not going to have it again. We may come sit here tomorrow, but it's not. It's not this moment, right? So it's important to really be a good steward of your time in terms of whatever it is that you do and what you're entrusted with. Being a good steward, it also speaks to doing the small stuff like they are big stuff. If you want to be a CEO one day, act like a CEO as a trainee today. Right? Not undermining the CEO in the space, but just saying, let me be the CEO of my craft now. Right? Very, very important, right? The attitude that you bring in everything must speak to the attitude that you will carry in the future. Can people trust you, right? And I've developed this framework as well. I'll call it the RARE. The RARE, R-A-R-E, right? And how do we turn the RARE to be normal, especially now in our ecosystem? I mean, there's this whole thing that there's a lot that is changing, that is affecting what we can do and how we work and what. And one of the key things that comes up is resilience, right? And resilience speaks to even when the going gets tough. Staying the course, making sure that you hold on to that dream. Right? No matter what the circumstances, keep the dream alive. I always say the dream is never finished until you get there. And when you get there, you realize the dream is not finished. It's still going because there's more, right? because there's more, right? So in that rare framework, so that resilience and adaptability, in fact, you can even combine it with agility.
Yes.
Right. Being adaptable. Don't be stuck on the one ways and your own ways, right?
Yeah.
Be willing to learn and really also find, ways to learn as well, right?
Yeah.
That's very important as well. And agility is the ability not just to move with speed, but to then say, I mean, if I need to pivot and
yes,
and start doing things differently, let me do that. Let me do it quickly as well. But also responsibility.
Yes. Okay.
Responsibility. So important. Being responsible for your actions and your results, and being responsible for your results. It takes that intentional pause step, right? The pause moments that I believe most professionals are not so great at as well. It's one area now I've also realized, no, I need to create pause days, pause moments as well. To reflect, right? Because we have to be reflective as well. Because when you reflect, you become a student of your results. How did I get here, right? If things didn't work out the way they should, which we call failure, what is the lesson in it, and how do I do things differently? So taking responsibility it also requires the reflective moments as well, and then of course ethical conduct.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah.
Ethics, your integrity is something that you can never trade off for anything.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Some people, they say, you can get there by all means at all costs. And I say, I don't believe in
at all costs. Yeah.
Because the cost, there's no price for your integrity.
Wow.
Right? Wow. So ethical conduct in everything that you do, it's very important as well. So that would be my advice, that remember the dream is within reach and it's never finished.
Wow.
Never finished. And anything is possible.
Yeah. Actually reminded me of someone who was also in business, was like, I now have those offices, I'm done. If I have 50 employees, I'm done. Then when they reached it, the 50, you say them, were you not saying you're done? Because you realize that the dream will always continue.
More. Yeah.
There's more. I like it. And the way you have put it, say, when you reach there, you're like, there's more.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Patricia. And I am sure, and I don't have a doubt that our listeners and anyone who's going to come across this episode is going to be inspired.
Thank you.
And they will never be the same again. And you have spoken about different kind of things that you picked in your growth and lessons that made who you are and the impact and influence that you are making out there. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mollen.
And thank you for being with us this time.
You're most welcome. It's such a privilege to be here. And it's my prayer that, the listeners, even if they pick one thing, as long as it makes a difference in their lives. Yeah. Thank you so much. And may God bless your work.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to our listeners. Thank you very much for watching. And I believe, and I don't have a doubt, that you have picked up a lot of lessons and some nuggets that you can actually start to implement in your life today. Thank you.